Welcome to Ask Dr. Change. I'm Dr. Linda Ackerman Anderson. I'm happy to have you join me today to explore how to seriously uplevel your leadership and consulting to transformational changes, all through conscious change leadership. Welcome to this episode of the Change Leaders Roadmap Methodology series. We are on to Phase 7, Implement the Change. Finally, after all the great preparation work we've done, it's time to roll it out. And so in implementation, what's really important is taking account to the fact that we have an ideal design that we have determined is the right one to move forward with. We've done impact analysis. We've resolved those impacts into actions. I accelerated and integrated them into the implementation master plan. And so the activity of this phase is implement the change. So it's finally time to let it roll. There are several tasks in this activity, and I want to remind you we're taking a 4-quadrant approach to implementation. And so hopefully the integrated implementation master plan accounts for changes to mindset, behavior, culture, and of course, the content solution that we've identified. So a 4-quadrant orientation. So the first task of this activity is let the implementation plan roll out. And the critical thing here is we are ensuring that all of the human work takes place as well as the content work. That's really an important piece to this. And so do you have the right people on the team overseeing those kinds of actions and are knowledgeable about how those actions need to be executed? That's really important here. And then with all of that activity rolling out, the most important thing we can do, the next task, is support people through implementation. So this is really where the rubber hits the road, so to speak, where people are actually being asked to make the changes. And so where they might have said, okay, I'm willing to go along, or I understand. Now, when we actually ask them to be different, do different, think different, speak different, whatever it is, they may have reactions. So most important here is to take account to reducing resistance, dealing with emotional reactions in a constructive way, and ensuring that people are supported. So they may be continuous training, maybe coaching, certainly monitoring. All of that's really critical in this activity. The next 2 activities really focus on what we're monitoring for, what we're looking for. The first one is monitor and course correct the actual implementation. So this is the process that we identified and embedded in our implementation plan. So is it going according to plan? Is the timing accurate? Are we communicating appropriately? Are people doing what they should be doing at this early stage of implementation? Are they taking things on? Are we actually able to course correct? All of the process pieces we've put in place are what we monitor here. Are we engaging appropriately? Are we measuring appropriately? Are we relating appropriately? All of that is what we're looking at through the lens of a 4-quadrant process. That's really important. And being able to course correct as quickly as possible. Course correction needs to happen immediately and rapidly, especially during this phase of implementation where so much is up in the air while we're undoing what used to be and putting in place what needs to be. The last task of this activity is to monitor and course correct the desired state, our solution that we're attempting to put into place. Only here, when we really begin to put things into place, can we see that, oh, we may have missed this. This isn't quite accurate. We need to tailor this. We need to alter that. That's what we're looking for in terms of the content solution here, as well as the desired state reflecting the aspired culture. And so we're looking at the solution that we're attempting to get established as a new reality and whether or not it is actually meeting all the design requirements, the stakeholders' needs. Are they capable of doing what's necessary for that desired state to actually manifest itself in the new reality. People often ask me, why is implementation appearing to be the shortest phase in terms of the amount of documentation, materials, and resources in the Change Leaders Roadmap methodology? It's because we really have to let things roll out as we have planned them. And the most important activities, as I've said, supporting people, monitoring the process, and monitoring and course correcting the desired state. There isn't a whole lot more to say other than the doing of those three tasks. That's what's really critical in implementation. The other major piece that I'll emphasize here is that the leaders need to be models and champions of the 4-quadrant orientation to the desired state. So if there's a change in their behavior, in their language, in their way of operating, all of that needs to become obvious during implementation. It's now, again, where we're asking people to actually be different. They're going to be looking to the leaders to say, is this real? Are you really asking me to do this? And is there substance behind it? So leadership modeling and being champions and being visible during implementation, absolutely essential to the success of your implementation. And then as we implement, then ultimately we'll end up at the next phase where we celebrate and integrate the new state. And we're about to talk about that next. So hopefully we've broadened your perspective on implementation and you found some value here. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you gained some valuable insights for your work. Please send me your questions and challenges by going to askdrchange.com.